The ambassador's last message. The observation deck of the EFS Harbinger offered Commander Eliza Reeves the perfect vantage point to witness humanity's achievement. The massive diplomatic station of the Galactic Confederation hung against the stars, its gleaming silver spires catching the light of the nearby sun. After centuries of looking skyward and wondering if we were alone, humanity had finally taken its place among the stars. Magnificent, isn't it? Lieutenant Noah Parker joined her at the viewport, his youthful face unable to hide his excitement. At 28, he was the youngest member of Earth's first diplomatic mission, a brilliant linguist who had mastered 7 alien languages in just 18 months. "It's everything we dreamed of," Eliza replied, her weathered hands clasped behind her back. At 45, she carried herself with the quiet confidence earned through decades of military and diplomatic service. Her silver-streaked auburn hair was pulled into a regulation bun, and the simple blue uniform of Earth's combined Space Force bore only 3 modest commendations, all she'd chosen to display for this historic meeting. "And everything we feared," she added quietly. The Harbinger's approach to Proxima Station had been meticulously planned. 2 years of preliminary communications, 6 months of cultural exchange, and countless hours of preparation had led to this moment. Humanity's official introduction to the Galactic Confederation, an alliance of 27 spacefaring species. "Commander Reeves, we're receiving docking instructions," reported Communications Officer Talia Rodriguez from behind them. "The welcoming committee is assembled and waiting." Acknowledged. Eliza turned from the viewport, squaring her shoulders. "Is the diplomatic team ready?" Dr. Kei Nakamura looked up from his data tablet, his eyes reflecting both excitement and apprehension. "The presentation files are uploaded and ready for transfer. Cultural exchange gifts have been prepared according to the protocols of all major Confederation species." "Good." Eliza touched the small silver pendant hidden beneath her uniform, a family heirloom, a reminder of Earth. "Remember, we represent not just the United Earth government, but every human who has ever lived and dreamed of this moment. The impression we make today will echo through generations." The Harbinger docked with barely a tremor, the magnetic clamps securing it to Proxima Station. As the airlock cycled, Eliza centered herself with a deep breath. The doors slid open, revealing a delegation so diverse that even their extensive briefings hadn't fully prepared the human team. Leading the welcoming committee was High Ambassador Korek of the Alteri, a graceful being with 4 arms and luminescent skin that shifted colors with each movement. Behind stood representatives from at least a dozen species, the insectoid Terisi with their compound eyes, the massive Joral who required specialized gravity supports, and the crystalline Phasians, whose bodies refracted light into mesmerizing patterns. But it was the Vraxian delegation that drew Eliza's attention. Standing apart from the others, the 3 Vraxians observed with unmistakable superiority. Their tall, slender forms were wrapped in crimson ceremonial armor, their ash-gray skin contrasting with entirely silver eyes that revealed no emotion. The Vraxians, she knew, were among the Confederation's founding members, controlling vast territories and resources. "Commander Reeves of Earth," Korek's translated voice came smoothly through the universal translator. "The Galactic Confederation welcomes humanity to the greater community of sentient species." Eliza executed the perfect diplomatic bow she had practiced countless times. "High Ambassador Korek, on behalf of Earth and all humanity, we extend our gratitude for your welcome and our hope for peaceful and prosperous cooperation." As introductions continued, Eliza noted how Supreme Commander Zex Kaller of the Vraxian Dominion barely acknowledged her greeting, offering only the minimum courtesy required. "How remarkable that your species has advanced from primitive radio signals to faster-than-light travel in less than 3 centuries, Zex Kaller remarked, his translated voice smooth as polished steel. "Most species require a millennium for such development." Eliza maintained her diplomatic smile. "Humanity has always been curious and determined, Supreme Commander. We look forward to learning from the wisdom of established species such as yours." Something flickered in those metallic eyes. Amusement, perhaps, or contempt. "Indeed," he replied. "We have much to teach you." The following days were filled with diplomatic meetings, cultural exchanges, and a complex dance of interspecies politics. Eliza learned that the Confederation operated through a council of elders, with seats allocated based on a species' technological advancement, territorial control, and population. The Vraxians, along with 2 other founding species, held permanent positions. During a formal reception on the 3rd day, Eliza found herself speaking with Melix, a Phasian diplomat whose crystalline body chimed gently when she moved. "Your species has made quite an impression, Commander," Melix observed, her voice reminiscent of wind chimes. "Not everyone expected humans to adapt so quickly to multi-species interaction." "We've had much practice adapting to challenges on Earth," Eliza replied, sipping a beverage certified safe for human consumption. "It's in our nature." "A useful trait," Melix noted, her crystal structure shifting to a deeper blue. "Particularly now." "What do you mean by that?" Eliza asked, keeping her tone casual. Melix's surface facets flickered. Hesitation. "The Confederation is not always united in its approach to new species. Some believe in mentorship and gradual integration. Others prefer different methods." "And where do the Vraxians stand on this spectrum?" "The Dominion has maintained its position for 12,000 years," Melix said carefully. "They do not welcome potential rivals." That night, unable to sleep, Eliza accessed the historical archives the Confederation had provided. Reading between carefully crafted lines, she began to notice a pattern. Species that developed technologies too quickly or showed too much potential often suffered mysterious setbacks. Sometimes it was a sudden resource crisis. Other times internal conflicts erupted unexpectedly. In several cases, promising diplomatic missions ended in tragedy. She was still reviewing the data when her secure comm unit chimed. It was Dr. Nakamura. "Commander, I need to see you immediately." "Xenobiology Lab, Section 12. When she arrived, Kay's face was grim as he gestured toward a microscopic projection. "What am I looking at?" she asked. "Nanites," Kai replied, enlarging the image. "I found them in our food, our water. They're everywhere in our quarters. They're specifically calibrated to analyze human biology." Eliza felt ice form in her stomach. "Someone's studying us." "Not just studying," Kai said, his voice low. "These aren't standard Confederation tech. They're weaponized, designed to identify vulnerabilities unique to human physiology." Over the next 2 days, Eliza discreetly gathered more information, cultivating relationships with seemingly friendly species, particularly the Alteri and Phasians. During a private meeting with Melix, she carefully broached the subject of the nanites. "A concerning discovery," Melix admitted, her crystalline body dimming to a troubled gray. "This violates Confederation protocols on new species integration." "Could the Vraxians be responsible?" Eliza asked directly. Melix's surface flickered with patterns too complex for the translator. "I cannot accuse without evidence, but historically, the Dominion has protected its interests aggressively." The following morning, an Alteri aide delivered a secure data crystal to Eliza. "Ambassador Korek sends this with utmost discretion." In her private quarters, Eliza accessed the crystal's contents. It contained classified records not included in the official archives. Detailed accounts of how the Vraxians had systematically undermined rising species, particularly those showing rapid technological advancement. Most disturbing were reports of diplomatic incidents where promising species representatives had died suddenly during their introduction to the Confederation. Eliza immediately compiled a secure quantum-encrypted transmission to Earth, including all the evidence she'd gathered. As she encoded it with her personal quantum key, she added a final message. "Recommend immediate activation of Protocol Artemis. Evidence suggests hostile intent from Vraxian Dominion. Earth may face biological warfare." She never got to send it. That evening, The Confederation held a formal ceremony to officially recognize Earth as an observing member, the first step toward full membership. Eliza stood before the assembled representatives, prepared to accept this honor on behalf of humanity. The people of Earth are honored by this recognition, she began, her voice clear in the vast chamber. We come seeking friendship, knowledge, and peaceful cooperation. As she continued her carefully prepared speech, she became acutely aware of the Vraxian delegation watching her with unusual intensity. Supreme Commander Zex Killer seemed almost expectant. During the ceremonial exchange of gifts, a crystal sphere containing Earth's artistic and cultural achievements, Eliza felt a sudden, sharp pain in her chest. She faltered slightly but maintained her composure through years of military discipline. "Are you well, Commander Reeves?" asked Korak, genuine concern in their voice. "Quite well," Eliza managed, though she could feel an unnatural cold spreading through her body. As she handed the crystal sphere to the council speaker, she noticed Zex Kalor's satisfied expression. With sudden clarity, Eliza understood. This was no coincidence. It was assassination, just as had happened to representatives of other promising species before. As the pain intensified, Eliza excused herself and staggered toward her delegation. Dr. Nakamura rushed to her side, medical scanner already out. "Commander, your system is shutting down," he whispered urgently. "Some kind of targeted toxin, I can't." Eliza knew she had only moments. With the last of her strength, she pressed the emergency transmitter implanted beneath her skin, a direct quantum link to Earth Defense Command that no alien technology could detect or block. The message was simple: RT Ganias, betrayed, VRAXY. Her eyes found Kai's, conveying everything she couldn't say aloud. Then Commander Eliza Reeves, humanity's first ambassador to the stars, collapsed. In the chaos that followed, medical teams rushed forward, but it was already too late. The official cause would be recorded as an unforeseen reaction to Proxima Station's atmosphere, a tragic but unpredictable medical event. As her body was respectfully covered, Zex Killer approached the shaken Earth delegation. "Our deepest condolences," he said smoothly. "Rest assured, we will help guide humanity through this difficult transition." What he didn't know, what none of them knew, was that in a secure command center deep beneath the Atlantic Ocean, Admiral James Chen received Eliza's final message. His weathered face showed no emotion as he turned to his staff. "Activate Protocol Artemis," he ordered quietly. Now, across Earth, military installations went to high alert. In hidden shipyards throughout the solar system, vessels that officially didn't exist powered up their engines. Communication relays prepared to go dark. Humanity had come to the stars in peace, but they had prepared for war. And the Galactic Confederation had just made a terrible mistake. Humanity unleashed. The first sign that something was wrong came 3 days after Commander Reeves' death. The regular communication channel from Earth to Proxima Station simply went silent mid-transmission. The Earth delegation, still in mourning and awaiting instructions, seemed as confused as everyone else. "Technical difficulties," Lieutenant Parker explained to the Confederation representatives. "I'm sure it will be resolved shortly." But it wasn't. Within hours, all Earth outposts went dark. Research stations orbiting Jupiter and Saturn stopped transmitting. Mining operations in the asteroid belt ceased communications. Commercial ships in neighboring systems abruptly altered course and headed back toward Sol. By the end of the standard day, every human presence outside Earth's immediate system had vanished. On Proxima Station, Supreme Commander Zex Killer convened a private meeting with his senior officers. "As anticipated," he remarked, silver eyes gleaming with satisfaction, "the humans retreat to lick their wounds. Their ambassador's elimination has achieved the desired effect." Commander Vextral, his chief strategist, nodded. "The psychological impact is significant. They now understand their position in the galactic hierarchy. The bioweapon data collected by our nanites is being analyzed, added Science Director Nexveric. Within a standard month, we will have tailored agents capable of controlling human population growth or targeting their military leadership. Excellent. Zexkalur's lips curved into a rare smile. The Dominion has eliminated another potential rival before they could threaten galactic stability. The humans will eventually return, properly humbled, and accept our guidance. What the Vraxians didn't know was that humanity had no intention of being humbled. Deep in the vast asteroid field beyond Mars, Admiral James Chen stood on the bridge of the EFS Retribution, the flagship of Earth's hidden fleet. At 62, Chen was a veteran of Earth's unification wars, his face bearing the scars of battles fought both on ground and in space. His eyes, however, remained sharp as the stars themselves. "All ships report ready, Admiral," announced Fleet Commander Sophia Torres. "Operation Artemis is fully deployed." Chen nodded, studying the tactical display. Around him, the command crew operated with quiet efficiency, each movement precise, each order acknowledged without hesitation. The Retribution was just one of 80 warships now assembled, vessels developed and constructed in secret over the past decade. While Earth had publicly celebrated its first FTL ships and modest defense fleet, these vessels represented humanity's insurance policy against a hostile universe. "Status of the Proxima surveillance drones?" Chen asked. "All 5 remain undetected, Admiral," reported Intelligence Officer Marcus Wong. "They confirm the Vraxian cruiser Dominant remains docked at Proxima Station. Our intelligence from Commander Reeves' final transmission has been corroborated. The Vraxians are responsible for her assassination and are developing bioweapons against Earth." Chen's expression hardened. "And the other Confederation species?" "Most appear unaware of the Vraxian plot," Wong continued. "The Alteri and Phasians in particular seem genuinely distressed by Commander Reeves' death and Earth's communications blackout." "Very well." Chen turned to address his senior officers. "For over a century, humanity prepared for first contact with alien life. We hoped for friendship but planned for hostility. Commander Reeves' sacrifice has confirmed our caution was warranted. The Vraxians believe they've neutralized a naive species. They're about to learn otherwise." He activated the fleet-wide communication system. "All ships, this is Admiral Chen. Execute Phase 1. Across the asteroid belt, 80 warships activated their stealth systems, technology the Confederation believed was centuries beyond human capability. The fleet split into 3 battle groups and accelerated toward their targets. At Proxima Station, it was midway through the night cycle when alarms suddenly blared. Confederation defense systems detected multiple vessels dropping out of FTL, directly within the station's security perimeter. "Impossible," exclaimed the Terisi defense coordinator. "No ship could calculate such precise jumps." On the main viewing screen, 20 human warships appeared, surrounding the station in perfect formation. Before anyone could react, another 30 vessels materialized around the Vraxian cruiser Dominant, weapons locked on target. The station's communication system activated, displaying Admiral Chen's stern visage. "This is Admiral James Chen of the Earth Defense Force. We are here to arrest Supreme Commander Zexkalur and his senior officers for the assassination of Commander Eliza Reeves, Earth's ambassador, and for conspiracy to commit genocide against the human species." Chaos erupted on the station as Confederation representatives demanded explanations. The Vraxian delegation reached their cruiser just as Earth vessels deployed boarding parties equipped with advanced combat exoskeletons, another technology humans supposedly hadn't developed. The battle was brief but decisive. Vraxian weapons proved ineffective against human shielding technology. When the Dominant attempted to break formation and escape, precision strikes disabled its engines without causing catastrophic damage, a display of targeting capabilities that left Confederation military observers stunned. Within 1 standard hour, Zexkalur and his senior staff were in custody, and Earth forces had secured the station's central database, downloading the evidence of Vraxian crimes not just against humanity, but dozens of other species over centuries. In the station's Grand Council chamber, Admiral Chen addressed the hastily assembled Confederation representatives. High Ambassador Korek and representatives from 15 other species were present, their expressions ranging from shock to grudging respect. The human species came to this confederation in peace. Chen began, his voice resonating through the chamber. Our ambassador was murdered as part of a systematic Vraxian policy to eliminate potential rivals. This was not their first such action, as your own records now prove. He gestured, and screens around the chamber displayed historical data retrieved from the station's secure archives, evidence of Vraxian interference in the development of 17 different species over the past 8,000 years. For centuries, the Vraxian Dominion has manipulated this confederation, eliminating threats to their power while pretending to protect galactic stability. Chen continued. Today that ends. Ambassador Korak stepped forward. Admiral Chen, the Confederation Council did not authorize or condone these actions. Many of us have suspected Vraxian interference but lacked proof. We understand, Chen replied. That is why we have not taken military action against the Confederation itself. Our quarrel is with the Vraxian Dominion, not those who were deceived by them. The Phasian representative, Melix, chimed softly as she moved forward. You could have easily destroyed this station and the Vraxian ship. Why didn't you? Admiral Chen's expression softened slightly. Because Commander Reeves believed in the possibility of genuine cooperation among species. Her final reports indicated that while the Vraxians were hostile, many Confederation members sought true partnership. He straightened, authority returning to his voice. However, make no mistake, humanity will not be controlled, manipulated, or eliminated. We came to the stars hoping for friendship, but prepared for war. The Vraxian Dominion chose the latter path. They have learned the consequences. Over the following days, a new understanding formed between Earth and the Galactic Confederation. The evidence of Vraxian manipulation shocked many species who had long suspected but never confirmed their influence. The Dominion's permanent council seat was suspended pending a full investigation. Earth declined immediate Confederation membership, choosing instead observer status with a security exception. Human warships would maintain a presence at Proxima Station and key strategic points to ensure no further aggression. In private meetings with representatives from the Alteri, Phasians, and 11 other species, Admiral Chen forged new alliances based on mutual respect rather than intimidation. Earth offered technological exchange in non-military fields while establishing clear boundaries for its security. 1 month after the confrontation, a solemn ceremony was held on Proxima Station. A memorial to Commander Eliza Reeves was unveiled in the central plaza, a simple crystalline obelisk that caught and reflected starlight from every direction. Admiral Chen stood before the assembled representatives, his fleet commanders beside him. Commander Reeves believed that different species could learn from each other, growing stronger together than they ever could alone. Her sacrifice exposed a cancer within this confederation, a belief that power must be hoarded and potential rivals eliminated. He placed his hand on the memorial. Humanity rejects that vision of the galaxy. We will defend ourselves, without hesitation or mercy, against any who threaten us. But to those who seek genuine partnership, we extend our hand in friendship. As he spoke, displays around the chamber showed the Vraxian leadership being transported to neutral territory for trial under Confederation law. Their crimes against multiple species would finally face justice. In Earth's solar system, new defensive platforms were being constructed, incorporating both human ingenuity and compatible technologies from newfound allies. Research facilities on Mars began collaborative projects with scientists from 7 Confederation species. The galaxy had expected humans to be naive newcomers, easily manipulated or controlled. Instead, they had revealed themselves as a species that hoped for the best while preparing for the worst, a species that extended genuine friendship but unleashed overwhelming force when betrayed. As Admiral Chen gazed at the stars from the observation deck of the Retribution, he reflected on humanity's new position in the galactic community. They had earned both respect and wariness, precisely the balance needed for survival among the stars. "Commander Reeves would be proud," said Fleet Commander Torres, joining him at the viewport. Chen nodded. "She gave her life to warn us. We've honored her sacrifice by ensuring humanity will never be vulnerable." "What happens now?" Torres asked. Admiral Chen's eyes remained fixed on the stars. "Now we build. We learn. We grow stronger. And we remember that the universe is filled with both wonders and dangers." He turned to face her, determination evident in every line of his weathered face. "Humanity will be ready for both." In the vast council chambers of the Galactic Confederation, species that had existed for thousands of years were coming to terms with a new reality. The humans, those newcomers from a small blue planet in an unremarkable solar system, had accomplished in days what many had failed to do in centuries. They had broken the Vraxian grip on power and forever altered the balance of galactic politics. Many feared them. Some admired them. All respected them. And across the stars, word spread. When the Galactic Council murdered a human envoy, darkness fell across the stars. But in that darkness, humanity's light shone all the brighter.